and I want to welcome you all to this panel on the battle for the Supreme Court. So, a funny thing kind of happened on the way to this panel. Justice Souter resigned, and President Obama has nominated Judge Sonia Sotomayor to fill the vacancy. So this makes this panel incredibly timely and I think hopefully very exciting. It's a wonderful opportunity to talk about how the Supreme Court makes a difference in all of our lives, and I'm really looking forward to the discussion. We have an incredibly distinguished panel that I will introduce in a minute, but right now I wanted to introduce representatives from the two organizations that are co-sponsoring this panel along with People for the American Way. And let me ask first Nan Aron from the Alliance for Justice to come up and say a few introductory remarks.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to see some old friends here and welcome some new people. I think when we met a year ago, things looked pretty grim for the courts and for judges, but obviously it's a new day, and we have a wonderful nominee with Sonia Sotomayor. It's not necessary to go through all of her background experience. Certainly this is a groundbreaking nomination, and she herself is a trailblazer, has sterling credentials, certainly well experienced on the federal bench, and finally, barring some unforeseen incident, which I don't think will arise, Sonia Sotomayor will be confirmed to the Supreme Court. But for us, I think most importantly, those of us in the room, that's really just the beginning. Hundreds of judges are going to be appointed to the Courts of Appeal and several more to the Supreme Court. So for us, this presents a wonderful opportunity to start a conversation that's really been denied now for decades and decades about the role of the courts and the role of judges. And I think most importantly, the President has also expressed his intent to raise the level of the conversation and rise above the empty rhetoric of the right to begin talking about the real importance of the courts. At the moment, though, while things look very good, certainly the right wing in this country may be down, but they're certainly not out. They will somehow remember how to organize themselves over the next few weeks. They'll be picking themselves up off the ground and certainly look for better spokespeople than Dick Cheney and Rush Limbaugh and Newt Gingrich. So it's really up to us to keep the pressure on this administration, keep the pressure on the senators, and uphold the Constitution's real promise of justice for all. We at Alliance for Justice look forward to working with all of you in this room, and I think we're in for a wonderful panel today. Thank you, Marge.
Thank you. Now let me introduce Zirkin from the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights, the third in the co-leaders of the organization co-leading this Coalition for Constitutional Rights.
And thank you, Marge. LCCR is in the coalition business. We are a coalition of over 200 national organizations. In the Judicial Noms Coalition, as Marge and Nan said, we along with People for and the Alliance for Justice convene the coalition. And there is a website if you want to check information on the current Supreme Court nominee, and it is the Coalition for Constitutional Values.org. Just one word about judges. For years, the right has understood the importance of the courts. With the Supreme Court decisions limiting discrimination based on pay, pay, age, access to the courts, workers' rights, etc. Many of the Democratic understand, as well as, I think, a large part of the progressive community. This is critical because, as Nan said, there are going to be hundreds of circuit and district court nominees, we hope, over the next, 8 years. And it is critical that we all work to help put progressive judges on the court. This panel is going to help you to really understand better what has happened, what's happening now in the courts. Please take what you've heard here today home and spread the word. Thank you.